Hello YouTube, thought I'd take the time to make an extra video. Got some material ready. If you notice on top there is a glass marble on top of this piece. Now down inside is also a piece of my clear material. There it is. Now you want to make sure you always got the numbers off the bottom, the cap removed, the tab removed. Now this one hasn't been set up to work yet. So let's get this in the oven and see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and pause for right now, and I'll be right back to check on in just a few minutes. Alright guys, as you see, the marble did move. It actually moved over to the back corner. Had to actually try to move it back to the center. So let's give it another 15-20 minutes and see what happens from there, shall we? See you in a few. Well guys, it looks like we don't have very much improvement. It's got a nice color to it, but it's just not really going beyond that. So what I decided to do, I'm going to add just a little bit more of this material here, and a little bit of this, give it a little extra color. Once that's melted down, I'm going to add this to the top and just melt that down over the top, and then apply the appropriate pressure just to kind of overlook the color, because that seemed to come right out with the last piece. Alright, we gotta hit pause real quick and move forward. Alright, finally got the marble off, cleaned off, and pulled the plastic off the marble. So let's see what we can actually accomplish with these like little bits here. Once it's all done, this piece is going to be melted down. It's going to go right over the top. See if we might get a very nice, interesting pattern. Let's give it a shot. Alright guys, let's see where we're at. Try to get that to focus a little bit. It's not looking too bad. Now, here, I decided to grab another stir. I'll go ahead and break it up and add it to it. And we're going to melt that down and see what happens from there. See you in a few minutes. Alright, just finished cracking the pieces in two. Thought I'd show you before and after. Alright, see y'all in about another 20, but a few seconds for y'all. Guys, I think I got a little carried away with this little project. Decided to add some red, which I forgot that I had, and some orange, but the red is actually from something called, they're actually pegs from an old Light Bright set. It was big back in the 80s and 90s. Well, I'm going to let this phone charge for a little bit, and I'm going to wait about 30 minutes and come back in here and see what takes place next. See you in a few. I swear guys, this is becoming one of the most interesting things I have ever seen. I'm hoping the blue actually shows through. I think what I'm going to do now is add this piece to it. still a little bit warm, so I'm not able to get a good grip while I've got my hand on the phone, so let me pause for a second. Alright, well, wish me luck, guys. I'll go ahead and pause, put it back on the chart, put the phone back on the charger, and go from there. I think I just added way too much material to the top. I just wanted to fill in every nook and cranny I could find. So it might be, but the piece is usually a lot wider than that. So, see you in the next few minutes. As you can see, looks like it's just about ready. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause this so I can press that down and smooth it over and hopefully get into all the nooks and crannies that I need it to go. Just bear with me, folks. Well, apparently this didn't go too well. Apparently I had a lot more than expected on top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to melt this down, and I'm going to remove this and see if it's salvageable and maybe use this for another video. Or I'll just toss it. Time to start all over. Alright guys, let's give us another shot. You would not believe how good that one with the green and blue turned out. But unfortunately, by flipping it over, it melted back down into what you see. But maybe I can get that same pattern back. I'm gonna go ahead and pause. For some reason my light went out on my camera, so I'll pause it real quick and show you what it looks like up against the light on the ceiling. Now that is what I call interesting. It actually turned out pretty decent. Still has some areas on the back, but I can fix that later. Well, we'll pause one last second and we'll... Alright, what I'm going to be doing later on with this, I'm going to be filling it in to make another